Howdy y'all, it's Shannon with Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I thought I would just get on and put together some of these Christmas gnomes with y'all. I got both sets from Temu. This is the basic gnome set. I think I did the fishing gnome video. But it's a basic, this is the basic gnome set, and then it has a bunch of different add-ons. Now, I don't know if they're still available. This is the Christmas, stuff, and when I'm working with my, making these, like mass producing them for swaps and things, I like to take and put my pieces, this is like all just for the Christmas add-ons, in this little tray. And then as I cut out my pieces, I put them in these trays, these clear trays. This came from Dollar Tree. These I picked up at a discount store. But I just put my pieces in that, and then I like to work from there. So, as you can see, there's a couple different gnomes, all from the same set. Now, they have this little reindeer gnome. There's a Santa, and I did the Santa several different ways. This one has his hands up, and he doesn't have the list. I didn't glue it. This one I did glue it on. I did his hands a little bit different, like he's reading it. And this one I did him standing up. And then there's Mrs. Claus. Now, Mrs. Claus, I had to rig up a little bit to make her work, because from the picture, there isn't all the pieces. I mean, all the pieces are there. I don't know how to exactly say this, but the pieces they included for her, you cannot make her look correct without finagling it a little bit. So, I'm going to put one of each of these together with y'all today. And, okay, so, let's start with the reindeer. I feel like he's the easiest. A few things I have already glued together on some of these. So, it might go a little bit faster, but like I already glued these ears together. This is 3 separate pieces. You have the antlers, the little ear, and then the inside of the ear. And I have already inked everything. Well, most everything. I did not ink this. But pretty much everything I just inked it using my Black Soot Distress Oxide ink, and I went very lightly. Now, if you wanted to get technical, like I said, I was mass producing these, so it's easier to do it all one color, but you could totally go back and even use chalk and chalk like the nose to give it a little rosy glow, or you could use a pink ink or a light red ink and do it. You could ink it in brown and all that, but like I said, I didn't want to have to change out a bunch of different ink colors, so I just went with taking and doing it all in one color. So, it has options for different things to hold with the Christmas list. It has the cookies and milk, it has a candy cane, it has a list, and then it has a Christmas light. And I did not cut out the Christmas light. That's the only one I didn't cut out. But it is an option. And I just like to use my Barely Art glue, because it has this really super fine tip so that you're not getting a bunch of glue everywhere and it being crazy and messy, because even though it dries clear, you can still see the glue residue, and I don't like that personally. It just helps it have a neater appearance. Okay, so pretty much I like to put the beard on first, and then that tells me how far I can put the hat. But of course, on the base, you can see some of these bases aren't cut all the way, like 100%, because I don't need them. Some of them I have to trim off to put the extra hats on, like the Santa hats and stuff. So when I cut my base, as long as I got the basic thing to build and glue onto, I don't worry so much about the rest. That's like you can see this one. It has the top cut off of it. Because you're not going to see this base at all. So, you know, use up those scrap papers and to cut your base and stuff from. Okay, so then usually I'll put the shoes on, and I just like to add the glue on there, and then I put the shoe on, and there's that. And then pretty much I am going to add the mustache. I went a little dark on the ink because I just re-inked my brush, but from when I inked the rest of him. But it's okay. And then I like to add the ears. Now with the antlers, you know, you want your ears pointing out. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue onto the actual hat, because if not, some of it hangs off the edge, and I don't want glue everywhere. So I'm just going to glue that one on, kind of put this one in even over here. And then the nose, I did, most of my other noses are pink, but I did color this one in with a marker. But you could totally use some red paper and cut it out. And then I'm just using some of my foam squares that I have to pop up the nose, just to give it dimension. Now, you could pop up the shoes, you could pop up the ear parts, and all that if you wanted to really add some extra dimension, but I'm just, since I'm mass producing these, I'm not going to do that. And then you have the candy cane, and it's 2 parts, and you glue it together. And in all honesty, I probably should have cut the red one for the top. But since I had already cut them all, I ain't redoing them. So, but it's okay. They still look just as cute. And then your hands, you just glue your hands on. That's what the little extra spaces, the round spaces, are for. On all these extra pieces, like you can see on the candy cane, it has it. That's just to show where your hands go. And well, I was trying to see if I had something else that had it over here, but oh, here we go, a milk. You can see the little extra spot. That's just shows you where the hand goes. Okay, so now we'll just add this on. And pretty much that one is finished. And then I just take my white pen. Y'all know how I like using my white gel pen. And I just go in and add some highlights here and there. So, really simple. Can add on for his nose. And then around his hands. I like to do the shoes. And sometimes with my pens, like barely writing, like you can't really see it, I don't like press it, you know, like just leave it be. It looks okay as long as it's faded out too. But that one is complete. Look how cute and easy. In all honesty, the hardest part of these is actually cutting out all the little pieces. And like, these are big pieces and these are really easy to put together. It's just a matter of actually going through and cutting everything out. Okay, so with this one, I've already glued a few things together. I've already did the hat, but pretty much for this hat, you have the base, the red base, and then you have this little black band, and then you have the the gold buckle. You can make it whatever color, of course. And then you have the little, this piece and this piece, the white pieces that goes on the hat. But I already glued all those together so I wouldn't lose them. I honestly wasn't even going to film this video, and then at the last minute I thought, why not? So, y'all are going to get to see it. Okay. So, now, like I said, you have to finagle this one a little bit because this hat does not fit on this. You can see the little pieces. So, I like to just chop half of the hat off straight out the gate and then just cut off the little side pieces here and trim it down. So then, let me go ahead and add on the beard. And of course, I like to do the beard first just because it shows you where to line everything else up. Okay, so then, you know, you can see I've cut off all the extra. Well, actually I didn't. This one needs a little bit more of a trim. But, I've cut all that off, so now I can add my hat. There's the hat. Okay, and then I'm going to add on the mustache. And then I am going to put my nose on. Let me cut a piece of this off. I have to cut them smaller because they're a little bit too big for the back of the nose where they're smaller. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and then we got the nose on. Okay, and then for the shoes, since we're going to use these shoes, I could totally make him sitting down like I did with this gnome. Or I can make him stand up, and I think I'll make him stand up because I like the way it looks better with him looking at the list. Like it doesn't cover up most of his body if you do it that way. So, pretty much you have to just chop off the feet here. We're having to amputate. Santa's getting surgery for Christmas. Okay. And this would be totally cute on its own. Like, to not even have feet. That is super cute. Just a little Santa head. That would be a perfect embellishment also. So, you could even totally... these are his little mittens. I have already glued them together. This is 2 separate pieces for the colors. But you could totally just do this head, and then you could put his hands like this and make it look like it's peeking over a picture, over the edge of the picture. So lots of cute little options. You can see this one, it comes with 2. One has the spot for the hands and one doesn't. So, I like to just, I feel like I get double the amount out of them because I can take and cut 2 at a time. And then I can just put the hands on where they go on the one that doesn't have the spots for the hands. Okay, so pretty much I have to cut his feet in half. And then pretty much I'm just going to add some glue. And just set this on here for his feet. So now Santa has legs. And then I'm just going to add the hands on here. And I'm just kind of putting them at an angle so that it looks right whenever you add it. Because you have to make your hands look like they're coming from Santa's body, right? So, and I actually like to pop this one up so that it looks more realistic. It looks better like he's holding it out from him. So there's that one done, and then all we have to do is what I did for the other ones and just add, you're just adding in your little lines or whatever, you know, that you like. just to add the little extra details. Add some highlights on his shoes. And it ain't got to be perfect. And there you go. So then we completed that one. Alright, so now next up is Mrs. Claus. And like I said, she has to have a little finagling with her, because all the pieces are not there. Even on the actual one that's the die that's not from Temu, pretty much the pieces are not there to make her look correct. So for her body, she does not have a dress. She doesn't have a dress for whatever reason. So I took the main body of the gnome and I cut it out again for her dress. But then you can see this is the beard, pretty much. This is the beard of the main gnome. This is actually the body. It's not the beard, but it's the body. But you could use the beard. But pretty much since I cut this out, I just went and pretty much rounded it off level so that it would look like her dress. Now, if anyone else knows of another way for this, please, by all means, let me know. But to my understanding, it is not there. Like, I mean, I even looked on the actual website of these dies, and I could not find it. So, and then pretty much all I'm doing is just trimming off this. This is my base, and as you can see, it's smaller because I only cut out parts of it so I'd have enough to glue to. But pretty much, I'm just going to put the dress on. Actually, I did not ink that, but it's okay. We'll throw some ink on there. Okay, so that's the dress for her body part. And then for her face, I actually took this hat and just cut out part of it in the skin color I was using. And that is pretty much what is going to be her face, because she doesn't have a face. All she has is the nose, and then for the sets, it's just a beard. And sorry, but y'all, Miss Claus can't be transgender. She can't be sporting the beard. Okay, so I am just going to put this on here like this. So that she has a face. And then this is her hair, and I'm just going to glue this down on here. Just put a little bit of glue on the sides because that's where it's going to lay pretty much. Okay, so then there's her hair on there, and then I'm going to put her hat. And pretty much you're just lining up the edges with the edge of her hair. Even though it looks like the hat should come down farther, if you actually put it down farther, I've already glued that one, but if you glued it, then you would have hair sticking up around here. So, I don't know. I don't know about this die. Based on the website, that what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, it's still not, it's not correct. It doesn't have all the pieces, and I don't know if the designer for the design team that made it took and finagled it also. I'm not sure. Let's see. Here's her shoes. Put her shoes on. And I just put them at an angle. You can make them sitting straight up if you want, but I don't like how it hides a lot of the body, so I don't do that. Okay, so then I'm going to add the nose. Let me cut another square, smaller. And add her nose on. And then she has glasses, and they look kind of weird, but in all honesty, there ain't nothing you can do if you want her to wear them, because I mean, she doesn't have eyes, so other than maybe like that, moving the nose down a little bit, I don't know. So I'm just going to do it like the website had it. And I just leave a little bit sticking up right there just so you can see the bridge of the glasses that's supposed to be on her nose. Okay, and then these little leaves, I didn't ink these yet, they go up on her hat as her decoration. Okay, and then just going to glue it on here, and then glue it on here. And then pretty much you're going to add your berries. And you can see the little dots where it's supposed to be. Just using my pickup stick from close to my heart. It's just like a little wax pencil. Y'all saw me use it a million times, but I like it whenever I'm putting together stuff like this. It makes it life a lot easier. Okay, and then I'm going to add the hand for the cookie on that side. And then for the milk, I ended up just putting glossy accents to make it shiny. I don't know how well it picks up, but so that it would look like milk in it. And then I inked around the edges of the bottle a little bit. Okay, so then, you know, like I said before, let's just do these with foam tape. The other ones I didn't pop them up as much, but let's do these just because we can. Okay, well, let's put this small piece up here to help hold it. Okay, so then pretty much all you're going to do is add on your cookie and then add on your milk. And you know, you could totally, you know, these are interchangeable. So you can take and, you know, let her hold a candy cane and Santa hold the milk and cookies or whatever. You don't have to make them exactly like this. I just made them because I liked it better like this. And pretty much that one is it. And then I like to use my pen. You can see I put some black pen on this one, and I'll just use these fine liners. This one's a 0.2. I bought these. They're not even name brand. I bought these at Five Below. There was a whole pack, I think 5 or so different pens. There's like a 0.2, a 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and a brush tip in the package for $5, which it's well worth it. I've used these pens a lot. And I like that it has a little bitty tiny tip. And pretty much I'm just going to trace the lines that is already on here. It does not have to be perfect by any means. And then her hair lines, you can see she has little swirls to show curls in her hair. And so I'm just going to trace that, just to give it a little bit of highlights, pretty much. And then her apron down here. And I didn't do her apron on the other one. Well, I did on one of them, but I've already did multiple ones. So let's do that. Okay. And then pretty much you're just going to use your white pen and do your highlights with the white pen on here. So do these, do this, her nose, and then the cookie. And the cookie was 2 pieces also. I don't think I said that, but you pretty much cut a dark piece and a light piece, and depending on what kind of cookie you got baking. I just made them chocolate chip. Okay, but I like that. That is complete. And I see that I didn't do my little any on my bottle here. But I try not to do a whole lot on it since it's supposed to be see-through. But, so, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you like seeing me do these types of videos where I'm putting together embellishments. I hope you guys are having a happy holiday season. And until next time, bye y'all.